Hello and welcome to your reading from Spirit Guide Link. Before we begin, I would like to state that I don't have any other social media platforms. Messages that I bring forth will only ever be shared on this platform, YouTube, and on this channel, SGL. Any other platforms using this name are not affiliated with me in any way. If that changes, the information will be found in the description and stated by me in that video at the time. I would like to express my gratitude to all of you who have been drawn to watch this reading and have given me permission to read for you. If you resonate with the message, please like and share this video so that others may also hear. If you want to hear more messages from SGL, please subscribe and set alerts so you know when new content is uploaded. Know you are in a judgment-free space and that you are truly loved and appreciated. Welcome, Virgos. This is your reading for the month of April 2024 for the second half of the month. We will begin by connecting to the energy and then we're going to start to pull out the cards. Let us begin. We ask for any messages for Virgos as they seek guidance toward their highest timeline and for the highest timeline of the all. Let us begin by expressing our desire to send our intent into the universe to connect with spirit guides, ancestors, and all beings of light existing in higher vibrations of love. Please step forward to be present with us in the here and now and bring your guided messages forward. And so it is. All right, Virgos, we are going to be doing a horseshoe spread. So first I'm going to pull out all 7 placements and then we will take a look at each of them in more depth. The first placement we are looking for is the past influences. So what are the energies now fading away for Virgo's spirit? Past influences. 1 card, please. And we received the Fool, the very first major arcana card. This looks like either someone was being a bit foolish or they were kind of just jumping head in first, you know. All right, next placement we're looking for is the present energy. So what is it that Virgos are currently experiencing, Spirit? We received 2 cards, both of them in the horizontal position. So we have the King of Wands and the Page of Wands. That's interesting. King of Wands and Page of Wands. So there's certainly some sort of action. It's almost like you decided you wanted to, take action and move forward. And then you're kind of like, well, wait a minute, maybe I'm not ready. Let's keep going. The next position we're looking for is the hidden influences. So what is it that Virgos have not noticed? And we received the 4 of Swords. So it looks like there's a little bit more healing that needs to be done on Virgo's part. The next position we're looking for is the obstacles. So what is it that Virgos need to look at and possibly reflect on? Okay, so we got 2 cards right away. We received the Page of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Very interesting. This is almost like needing to start something from a place of love. A new beginning. Okay, external influences, please. So what is it that's motivating others around Virgo at this time, Spirit? How many is that? Okay, 3 cards. It's a lot. We have the Magician, Queen of Wands, and the Devil. This is almost like someone becoming obsessed with manifesting and becoming more confident, but also obsessed in manifesting something. Moving forward, next position we're looking for is guidance. So what is it that your spirit team is suggesting to you at this time, Virgo? the Six of Swords in reverse. Interesting. It's almost like they're telling you to not leave a situation, right? Like they're suggesting the opposite. Hold out a little longer. Next position we're looking for is the last position, and this is the potential outcome. So where is it that Virgos are heading for the end of April 2024? Please hear it. And we have the Seven of Swords. Sounds like there's a little bit of energy that you might need to keep secret. All right. So bottom of the deck is the overall energy, and here we see Judgment. Beautiful. I feel like this is saying overall Virgos are more than ready to start something new, to have a new beginning, and that's kind of what this is all about. Something new is either coming in or has already started to come in. There's definitely a lot of changes going on right now in Virgo's life. A lot of new beginnings are occurring here. A lot of brand new reality. Maybe you've moved, maybe you have a new job, but there's something major in your life that is completely different or about to be completely different. So we have the past influence is the first placement here. And these are the energies that are fading away. And here we see the Fool. And the Fool is basically, in the recent past, this is someone who has essentially jumped in head first, if you will, right? This is someone who kind of, maybe was rushing into things. Were you previously rushing into some sort of thing that you thought might be good for you? Or perhaps you got more excited or more worked up, let's say, over something because you were unsure how to move about it. So perhaps you were, to others, looking a little bit foolish. You were acting a little bit, overreaction, if you will, a little bit of an overreaction from your part. Or this could be saying that you are starting to now realize that you can no longer just jump headfirst into situations. You've come to the realization that you need to take more time to think about it, to evaluate the situation, and to move forward in a way that is going to be beneficial to you, right? It's no longer just jumping in and seeing how the cards fall, you know what I mean? You're letting the cards fall first, you're analyzing the situation, you're making sure you know all of the things there to know, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, everything is in place now before you start to move forward. And next here we see the King of Wands and the Page of Wands. So this is your current situation, and this is all about action. The King of Wands is the person who is very charismatic, very outgoing, but it's also somebody who is willing to put in the action for the desire. While at the same time, the Page of Wands is someone who is just starting out. So it's almost like, I feel like in your current energy, whatever this new beginning is, you're coming through as the king in terms of knowledge, because you've taken the time to evaluate the situation entirely. It's not just a new thing. You've thought every single process, every single direction and step that needs to be had, you've evaluated the whole thing. So it's like King of Wands, in that you know exactly what it is that needs to take place in order to move forward, while at the same time you also have this Page energy, which tells me this is where you are in terms of actually taking the action, right? It's like you've done all the thinking, but now it's time to actually start beginning, right? You've done tons of research, you know exactly the right steps. Now it's just implementing to actually take those steps, and when is the best time to do it. Moving forward, the next placement we have here is your hidden influence, and this is where we see the Four of Swords. So this card very much talks about healing, rejuvenation, taking time to yourself to really, mull things over. And I feel like that's kind of what's going on here with the recent past, and even just the Judgment and the overall energy. I feel like this is saying, in order for this new beginning to happen, you have to remember that you must take the time to heal all of the things that are your past wounds, to let go of the baggage that you no longer need to carry, as it is not benefiting you, it's not helping you. It's time to release the things that either were never yours in the first place, or it's just no longer serving you, right? This could be something that happened to you as a child and you've been carrying this along your whole life. And now you've realized it's time to, just like you're in your current energy, you've put in the research, you've figured out what it is that you need to do in order to grow spiritually, but now it's time to actually start implementing them as the page. It's the beginning. And now that is where you're realizing that yes, you've done a ton of healing, but there is always more healing to be done. It's a very long journey to get to a point where you feel like you have completely healed yourself, because you have more than just the karma of this current lifetime to heal. You have hundreds of lifetimes, if not thousands of lifetimes on this planet alone that has karma that needs to be cleared. So it's a very, very long, in-depth process. And now you're learning, which is this page, you've learned how to go about it, and now you're deciding to actually move forward with it on a deeper level. Again, another deeper level, right? You've done the surface work and you keep going a little further, a little deeper, a little bit more into the situation. Next position we have is the obstacles, and this is what you might need to look at and reflect on. Here we see the Page of Cups and the Ace of Wands. So I feel like this is saying this is your inner child, and which is the Page of Cups, and at the same time we have Ace of Wands. It's almost like this is more that needed to be healed, right? There's something from your childhood that hurt you on an emotional level that has prevented you from moving forward with a new beginning. It's like it's prevented your creativity, your desire, and your passion, because this one thing that happened to you, or maybe one thing on multiple events that occurred to you as a child, that's really just kind of put this block in your way. It's almost like you don't even realize, you may not even realize that all those times when you've wanted to start something new, it all stems back unconsciously to the time that you endured some event as a child that made you feel like you're not worthy, you're not good enough, you're not capable. I'm not sure what it is, but this is another thing that you need to heal with this Four of Swords in your hidden influence. It's what you haven't noticed, right? You haven't noticed that you have this obstacle that's been blocking you over and over and over in your lifetime. It's now time to really take a moment and meditate on this Page of Cups, on your inner child, and figure out how it is you can get past it so that you can start to bring in these new, passionate, creative, exciting type of beginnings. All right, moving forward, next position is your external influence. And here we received 3 cards. So we had the Magician, the Queen of Wands, and the Devil. So I feel like these alone, the Magician and the Queen of Wands, I feel like this is saying there are people around you who are becoming more confident in their own manifesting abilities. And not only are they becoming more confident, but with this Devil here, it's almost like they're becoming a little bit obsessed with it, right? It's like you can see this going on around you. It's almost like you're seeing other people kind of falling in towards the things, the spirituality, the spiritual journey, if you will, on a much more, I would say, more in depth. They're taking more time to look into this, but you're also just seeing it in greater numbers. There are more people that are turning to spirituality, and in turn, that means they're realizing that they are also a very confident manifester, and it's very difficult once you have this realization to let it go, right? So I feel like this is influencing you as well by seeing other people around you dabbling into these types of things and finding joy and happiness and realizing that it's actually boosting their confidence with this Queen of Wands, that you're almost thinking, geez, maybe I should get more into this. Maybe I should have more faith in myself, because if others are doing that, What's blocking me? What's preventing me from having that confidence? What's preventing me from manifesting such amazing, beautiful things into my own life? The only thing that's blocking you is your lack of faith in yourself. Period. Because you are a magnificent manifester. The only thing that limits you is your belief system. So once you're able to get past that belief system, you will recognize your true abilities and step more into that. And I really do feel like that is what's being told to you, being told to you, what's being recommended to you by your spirit team. And that is why we have this Six of Swords in reverse. The Six of Swords is someone who is leaving chaos to go towards something better. If it's in reverse, it's almost saying like your spirit team is telling you the chaos is not over yet. It's not time for calmer waters yet. That time is coming. But right now we are living in chaos. And right now we need to embrace the chaos, because it is not about, labeling something as good or bad. It's about finding a space of neutrality within the chaos. So I feel like this is, suggesting that we recognize that this chaos around us is actually in place for us to let ourselves grow. Again, it's not, I've said this a few times in the readings for Virgos, but chaos is not necessarily happening to us. It's happening for us, right? It allows you a space to recognize things that you don't necessarily agree with, and therefore you are better able to assign yourself to your own truth, to realizing what it is that does serve you, what does not serve you, what brings you joy, what does not bring you joy, but also just, certain lessons. Sometimes, you might end up feeling so comfortable in where you live, and then all of a sudden, bam, it's time for you to move, and you don't want to, but you have to because of the external situation that's going on outside of your power. And again, it seems chaotic, it seems difficult, it's a very difficult thing. But if you can remember to have faith in your own self, in your own manifestations, in your own visions, you will be able to bring forth abundance and joy. You have everything that you already need. So I really feel that Spirit is trying to tell you to embrace this incredible chaos that is going on in the world right now, because it will allow for some magnificent soul growth if you let it. If you let it. Okay, so you need to remember to do that. Or at least try. Easier said than done, I know. All right, last position is your potential outcome. And here we see the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is a card that can talk about, not the best energy sometimes. It's a little bit of a lying energy, we'll call it. Someone who's maybe not necessarily being fully honest. But I feel like that's something that, again, it's all about perspective, right? Sometimes lying is what's necessary, simply because I feel like what you're learning about your own spiritual path is for you to know only, and it's not necessarily something that you need to be giving all of the details to every single person right away, right? I think that this is telling you in your potential outcome, you need to keep things quiet. You need to allow your own time to let your own soul grow and to get to a place that, eventually will be these calmer waters. But we know right now there is a lot of chaos happening. And within this chaos, it might be best for you to keep some things to yourself, figure some things out before you reach out to everyone else. Everyone, maybe you have a certain someone that you like to keep things, you speak with that one person about everything, and that's absolutely okay. But I mean, think of it as social media. Don't post your life on social media, right? It might be considering lying, if you will. You're keeping people out of the loop. But really, what's the harm in that? What's the harm in having some privacy? Step away from allowing other people to give their 2 cents, to judge your life, and to tell you how they think you should live it. If you don't put that information out there, nobody knows to even make a comment back. So sometimes it's best to keep things to ourselves. It can be beneficial for you. I really strongly feel that. And that is this judgment, right? Maybe you're just so used to, posting your life online and, using social media as your daily tool. I'm sorry, I don't use social media, so I'm not sure how to speak of it, but basically, I just mean that this is talking about a new beginning. So maybe it's time we leave that social media in the past. It's not serving you. It's not gaining anything in your life. There's no spiritual growth from social media, like at all. I mean, everybody gets to make their own choices, of course, but I would just suggest to you, um, from my own personal experience, that not having social media can allow you to have such a confidence because you're not looking for external feedback to boost you up or to make you feel a certain way. But either way, all that really matters is your own truth, your own love, your own abundance, which is all internal, which is all inside of you already. Nothing on the outside will ever give you the total abundance that you're truly looking for in your own heart. I can guarantee you that. Okay? All right, Virgo, that is what I have for you. I do want to say thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you enjoyed your reading. Very much love from my heart to yours, and I'm going to go ahead and close out the energy. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the reading from me, Spirit Guide Link. I'll see you at the next video.